What's up, people? Today we're going to take our first swim in the realm of web development, and what better way to get into this stuff than use Django? This episode is going to be relatively short, where I will just introduce Django to you, and we will set it up together, so that we can get developing. Now, let's begin by talking about what Django is firstly. Django is a Python web development framework which allows users to rapidly develop applications. That means taking their idea and converting it to an actual app in a short amount of time. It's easy to learn because it uses Python, which is also a reason why you should choose it. Python is just nice to work with. Django is also built to be fast and secure, which is really important in web development. There are lots of precautions taken in Django to make it apps secure. One last thing about Django is that it has a lot of built-in features that can help you make an app faster. Here's how Django, and any other framework really, works. You have the client, which is you, a person browsing something on the internet. Let's say you go to a link, such as website.com/index. That means you're making a request to that web page. This request then goes to the server, where our Django app lives. Our application processes the request and sends a response back to your browser. Your browser then displays that result. In the server part, however, we can really do some magic, which is what you're going to be learning on this course. Now, let's actually begin by installing Django first. Okay, now, this tutorial assumes that you already have Python installed, so I will begin from here. Now, first of all, in your command prompt, choose a good path for your project to be in. Now, we want to make a virtual environment to keep track of all our dependencies. We do that by using this command. As you can see, now that our virtual environment is installed, we want to activate it by using this command. As you can see here, inside the parentheses, we are currently in our virtual environment. Now we can actually go ahead and install Django. There we go. Now we need to create a new Django project. To do that, we will use this command, django-admin startproject, and then whatever the app's name is. In our case, we will create a to-do app, so I will just name it to-do app. Now, if we look at our directory here, we have a new folder named to-do app, with another folder named to-do app, and a manage.py file. Now, I will explain all of these files later. For now, to see if your web page is running, you can just use this command. We need to first get into the to-do app directory, which we do by cd to-do app. After, we will use python manage.py run server. As you can see, we get this message. This basically tells us that our Python server or our Django server is running. Now it says starting development server at this address. We can actually go to this address and see that our development server is running. Here's our development server. As you can see, it's the same address. Now, this means that our Django install worked successfully, as you can see. We will now configure our app to display something else on this page in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in.